Hello, my name is Vineela, and today I'll be presenting an SCP analysis of Ryanair. Through this presentation, I'll walk you through how Ryanair fits into the European aviation industry, how it operates, and how that affects its performance. The structure of the presentation is I'll start with a brief introduction, then go into the structure of the European airline industry, analyze Ryanair's conduct as a business, evaluate its performance, and then finally conclude with key takeaways. The European aviation market is an oligopoly dominated by a few key players. Ryanair leads with a 31% market share, followed by EasyJet and Wizz Air. In this presentation, we use the SCP framework to analyze Ryanair's position, focusing on the market structure, its business conduct, and overall performance. To talk about the market structure, the European low-cost airline market is oligopolistic with a few dominant firms where Ryanair leads this segment. As mentioned in the earlier slide, the HHI is 1286, which suggests moderate market concentration. Key competitors include EasyJet and Wizz Air, but Ryanair maintains a strong competitive edge. Entering into the airline industry is tough due to high regulatory and capital requirements. Companies who wants to enter faces challenges like obtaining licenses, meeting safety standards, and securing airport slots. Technology is also really expensive, like buying fuel efficient planes and using digital tools makes it hard for new airlines to compete with big players like Ryanair. To talk about the core values, Ryanair's main focus is on low cost operations, revenue streams, operational efficiency, and cost leadership. They use a single plane type, fly to smaller airports, and have quick turnarounds to offer cheap tickets. They also make money from extra services like bags, seat selection, and food, which accounts for nearly half of their total revenue. Their main focus is on being the cheapest, which helps them stay competitive and profitable in the market. Ryanair's business model. Ryanair's main goal is to sell very cheap flight tickets and still make money. They do this by cutting costs wherever they can and charging for all the extras. They mostly fly to smaller airports because it's much cheaper, and they don't give any free food, drinks, or bags. So the customer will only pay for what they want. They also use the same type of airplane for all the flights, which makes it easier and cheaper to repair and train staff. Their planes fly a lot every day with very little time on the ground, so they make the most money out of each one. Even though the ticket prices are low, they earn a lot from extras like baggage fees, seat selection, and the snacks. This way, they keep prices low but still make a profit. And the next is branding and customer engagement. Ryanair is known for its funny and bold personality online. On social media, especially Twitter, they use jokes, memes, and sarcasm to talk to its customers. This makes them stand out and feel more relatable, especially to younger people. Instead of being super serious like other airlines, they keep things casual and fun. This helps them get a lot of attention online, and this helps them build a strong connection with their audience. By being direct and entertaining, Ryanair creates a brand image that says we are cheap, direct, and don't take ourselves too seriously. And it works really well for them. To talk about the financial performance of Ryanair, Ryanair is doing really well when it comes to money. In 2024, it made over 13 billion in revenue and earned 1.9 billion in profit, which is almost 34% more than the previous year. Even though they sell cheap tickets, they make a lot from extra charges, as mentioned in the previous slides. In fact, about 40% of their money comes from these extras. They also keep a lot of cash saved up and are in strong financial position. This allows them to invest in new planes, return money to the shareholders, and stay ahead of the competition. Coming to the operational performance, Ryanair runs its flights very efficiently. They flew over 184 million passengers last year, with thousands of flights every day. They keep their planes in the air as much as possible by having fast turnaround times, which means planes land, get cleaned, and then take off again quickly. They also use one type of plane, the Boeing 737, which makes maintenance and staff training easier and much cheaper. Their costs per passengers are much lower than other airlines, which is a big reason why Ryanair can keep prices low and still make a good profit. The next is Ryanair's market position and its growth. Ryanair is the biggest airline in Europe when it comes to the number of passengers. They fly to over 230 airports in 37 countries and have 95 base locations. They're still growing fast. They plan to carry 300 million passengers every year by 2034. They're also adding new, more fuel efficient planes like Boeing Max 10, which help them save money and which supports their green goals. By flying more routes, buying better planes, and keeping their costs low, Ryanair is staying ahead of the competition and growing stronger every year. When it comes to the innovation and sustainability initiatives, Ryanair is using new technology and greener practices to improve how it works and reduce its impact on the environment. They use AI powered tools to set smart prices and mobile apps to make booking easier and cheaper. They are also upgrading their fleet with new planes which use less fuel, make less noise, and cut carbon emissions. Ryanair is investing in sustainable aviation fuel and working with companies like Shell and Repsol to reach its green goals. Because of all this, Ryanair is now ranked as one of the top airlines in Europe for environmental performance. Coming to the consumer welfare, Ryanair helps people travel for less by keeping the ticket prices low. In 2024, it saved passengers over 5 billion when compared to the other airlines. They've improved their customer service, flight punctuality, and online booking system, which led to an 85% customer satisfaction score. They also protect customers from hidden fees by working with trusted online travel agents so people don't get overcharged. Even though Ryanair is doing well, it still faces some big challenges. New planes are delayed, which slows down their growth. Fuel prices can change quickly, and that also affects their overall costs. Strikes and air traffic issues, especially in France, have caused flight delays and cancellation. Also, the geopolitical issues like wars can affect where and how they fly. Regulations and environmental rules are getting very strict, so Ryanair has to keep improving to stay compliant. Despite all this, Ryanair stays strong by planning ahead and staying very flexible. To conclude, Ryanair's success comes from doing one thing really well, which is keeping the costs low. By focusing on low prices, extra fees for optional services, and efficient operations, they stay ahead of their competitors. They've built a strong brand, grown fast, and stayed profitable even during the tough times like COVID or rising fuel prices. With smart investments in new planes, technology, and sustainability, Ryanair is ready to keep growing and leading Europe's low cost airline market. The final takeaway is Ryanair proves that with low costs, smart strategy, and constant innovation, an airline can fly higher than the rest, even with the lowest fares. Thank you.